Hello, magical butterfly. Happy new moon in Capricorn. Welcome to the new moon in Capricorn energy reading. The new moon happens on January 11th, 2024 at 6:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:58 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This new moon is about focusing on relationships. So in this energy reading, I am going to be tapping into the energy for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine to see just where each counterpart is with this new moon in Capricorn. So this will be a general collective reading. This can apply to all types of love connections, all types of scenarios. So please sit back, relax, close your eyes if you feel guided to, allowing the messages to come in as they're supposed to, as Spirit intends, taking only what speaks directly to your soul and releasing what doesn't. First, I'm going to tap into the overall energy for the Divine Masculine. So for the Divine Masculine Collective, what is the current overall energy for the Divine Masculine Collective, Spirit? How is the Divine Masculine projecting energy? What is the current overall energy for the Divine Masculine? What does the viewer, what does the collective need to know, please, about the Divine Masculine's current overall energy? So with Alliant Extraordinary, I'm feeling he feels very out of place. I feel Divine Masculine is trying to find himself. I'm hearing he's trying to find his place in this world. The blue on this card shows me that his throat chakra is blocked. He's having a hard time expressing himself, making people understand exactly where he's at. And that is because the Divine Masculine has a lot of inner work that he still needs to do with his life. So the gears need to start turning. They need to start going forward. He has a lot of inner work to do. This could be inner child work. This could be healing work. There's a lot of unresolved issues going on with the Divine Masculine. And the new moon in Capricorn is urging the Divine Masculine to focus on the relationship with himself. So Locket Sentimental shows me that the Divine Masculine holds on to something that either the Divine Feminine gave him or just something that reminds him of her. This could be as simple as him having a picture of her saved on his phone, but there's just something that he's looking at and that he's just getting sentimental on. The Divine Feminine is a mirror to him, and she reflects to him things that he does not want to see about himself, or that he didn't want to see about himself in the past. But now, Spirit's telling him, you have been in your pride for too long. It is time to raise your flag, or not raise your flag, lower your flag to mourn the loss of the old you so you can find the new you. The Divine Masculine has a lot of repairs, a lot of healing to do, a lot of wounds to heal. There's a broken heart within him. A lot of it stems from childhood. A lot of it stems from inner child wounds. And in order for him to come full circle, he is starting to have the self-realization over the things that he has done. And I'm hearing there's some past mistakes that he has done with his life. So with the spring, I'm feeling something is blooming, something is blossoming, and the strawberry just represents the bittersweetness of what he could have had with his Divine Feminine. So he's hoping for a change in luck in his life, but it is going to be a long journey because he is still quite defensive and he is still not sure he wants to commit to this healing. He has a lot of trauma from his childhood. He has a lot of healing that he needs to do. He is reflecting and reminiscing, but it's still very difficult for him. In order for him to come full circle, he is going to have to surrender being the caterpillar and actually go into the cocoon so he can morph his healing and transition into the butterfly and have a full transformation in his life. So I feel the holiday season was very eye-opening for the Divine Masculine, and he is feeling victorious, but when it comes to the Divine Feminine, he is masking what he feels. He is masking something that he has never said to her, that she never knew. And he realizes now it's too late, because the horse represents the freedom and the power that the Divine Feminine has chosen by walking away from this connection. So right now, Divine Masculines are going through an epiphany, an aha moment, light bulb. They do feel that they unwillingly, or some of them knew what they were doing with the competition, putting a third party in this connection. If that resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, don't worry, or you don't know. If your masculine has a third party, don't overthink this. But he is harboring a lot of the ways he treated you. He is very, very sorry for the way he treated you. And he understands that it did affect the contract the two of you signed. Perhaps you have given the ring to yourself. You have received a ring from somebody else. He has given a ring to someone else. Whatever it is in your connection, just take what speaks to you. Just know that you two have switched roles now. That the Divine Feminine is in control and she is moving forward. It is a very slow moving process, but she is making progress because he sees her not wanting to seek revenge on him. She is finding that it's more peaceful to just move away. So he knows that Divine Feminine knows the truth, and she is now using her wand to command herself to move forward. He will forever see her as the beautiful rose that he could have had, that he let go, but he was wearing glasses at the time. He didn't see it. But trust me, Divine Feminine, he sees it now. So right now, Divine Masculines are off course. They are not sure what's going on, but they know that they have a lot of work to do. So Divine Feminine, if you have done a lot of healing work on your journey, commend yourself, pat yourself on the back, and just know that he is now getting started on what you started, whether it was years, months, or weeks ago. So let's tap into your energy, Divine Feminine. So what is the current overall energy for the Divine Feminine Collective? Current overall energy, please, for the Divine Feminine Collective. What do you want the viewer, the collective, to know about the current overall energy for the Divine Feminine? And I'm starting to feel a little pressure in like my sinuses, like my third eye chakra and my throat chakra are starting to act up. So I feel Divine Feminine is going through an activation with her third eye chakra and her throat chakra, where she is letting her intuition lead the way in her life to show her exactly what this connection is with her masculine, and to be able to speak what's really in her heart when it comes to him. So her overall energy is family. So she is really focusing on her soul tribe, her family, her friends, the people that are physically in her life. Okay, soulmate represents the deep soul connection that she has with her Divine Masculine. She does still feel it. She does still mourn it, but she understands that he was unawakened to her, and she was unawakened to a lot of things when it came to him. The communication between Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine most likely was more 5D based communication than it was 3D based. Divine Feminine has gone through a lot of inner child healing, and she now sees things perfectly clear. She no longer wants to be the observer watching him from afar. She wants to not question how he feels about her. She wants to just continue focusing on her awakening, looking forward into the distance, and receiving the messages from Spirit. So that's why her third eye chakra is activating, because her crown chakra is wide open, bringing her the messages from Spirit. So she was numbing for a very long time, and now Divine Feminine sees that there may have been a karmic partner that came into his life where he decided to choose that, or it is just being illuminated to her that he did not choose her and now she chooses herself. And by having whatever realization, Divine Feminine has balanced the scales. She has understood why she has her shadow work. This winter season has been very rewarding for her. And if you resonate with a twin flame connection, this twin flame connection that could have been stuck in a certain cycle has closed out. There is no more deception, there is no more hiding, there is just walking away, because Divine Feminine overall wants to have a fresh new start. She no longer wants to focus on the grief of the third party and the offer that never came in. Now she simply wants to focus on herself by saying no. I no longer want something that I know may not be in my best interest. So Divine Feminines are starting to see that by choosing themselves, they don't need Divine Masculine to choose them. If down the road it changes and the two of them reconnect and they get together, she would be open to it, but she is not focusing on the fantasy anymore. She is saying no to the fantasy. She is actually destroying that because she knows the fantasy is what keeps her off the path. So now she is back on her path and she is being guided by her intuition. And she is letting go and closing the door, but she knows that if it's meant to be, it will be, because whatever union she is supposed to be in will come to her when it's supposed to. So let's see what each counterpart is realizing about the other. So I'm going to use 2 message decks. One for Divine Masculine, one for Divine Feminine. I'm going to pull 8 cards from each deck, and I am not going to channel additional messages. I'm just going to read them. So I'm going to start with the Divine Masculine. So these are going to be channeled messages from the Divine Masculine's higher self to the Divine Feminine. So my right ear is starting to ring and the right side is the masculine side. So that's a very good sign that masculine wants to speak. The masculines want to speak. So just allow him to give you the messages that you need to know, that you need to hear in this space. And remember, if it feels like I'm speaking directly to you, the message is for you. If you're trying to make it fit, it's probably not for you. So don't take it, because you're only going to trigger yourself. So the first message the Divine Masculine says is, I know I've loved you before, maybe in a different lifetime, but I recognize this love. I feel a strong pull towards you. You have the ability to make me face my deepest fears, and that scares me. I found myself when I found you. I carry you with me in my heart always. No matter how long it takes, please don't forget me. I will be back. And I miss seeing your face, and I have been looking at your pictures. So these are channeled messages from the Divine Masculine's higher self to the feminine. So now, let's see what the feminine would like to say. So again, same thing. I'm going to pull 8 cards from the Divine Feminine's higher self to the Divine Masculine. Not going to interpret or channel. I'm just going to read them. So just take them as they speak to you. And if you're a Divine Feminine watching this, perhaps a card is going to give you some clarity or just confirm what you're feeling, maybe put it into words. So again, what does the Divine Feminine want to say to the Divine Masculine? I know I messed everything up. I wish I had treated you better. You came closer than anyone. I regret lying to you. You speak to me through music. We will be together again. I am not available, and you and I were too young. So that is what each counterpart wants to say to the other through their higher selves. So now I'm going to tap into some new moon and Capricorn guidance for both counterparts. So I have 3 decks that I chose. So let's get into the first deck. So Spirit, Ancestors, Angels, what guidance, messages, advice? What does Divine Feminine, what does Divine Masculine need to know? What does the collective need to know with this new moon in Capricorn? The soul contract the two of you signed before coming into this lifetime was real. This connection was real. It wasn't something you made up in your mind. It helped you create a magical mindset. It helped you tune into your intuition and find yourself. For one of them, one of you, the grass was not greener, or the grass is not greener on the other side. You did not waste your time by holding on, waiting for this person. If you feel like you've wasted a long time, don't. You needed to go through this so you can learn and you can ascend and you can grow. Spirit wants you to be stoked because this new moon energy with the 111 portal is going to bring in a newfound energy. You are no longer going to want to fix this connection, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. Because you've found your worthiness, you found your value. And now it is time for you to set intentions with this new moon by allowing yourself to set intentions for the coming year. Yes, there could have been a missed opportunity, but it was supposed to be that way. One or both of you had trust issues, and those are being healed. You had expectations that were not met. You could have been coming from an abusional relationship. Now, abuse could have been from a past love partner. It could have been from childhood. Mental and emotional abuse is a thing. Maybe the way parents spoke to you or to your counterpart. But remember, you wanted one date. Maybe that one date didn't happen, or it was just one date. You always hoped the two of you would be talking again, but it didn't happen because there's so much inner work that has to be done between the two of you. And if one of you is doing the work and the other one isn't, you can't fix that. Unfortunately, it's like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So, let's get you some love advice to just help you understand that you can begin again. I'm even hearing the song This Time I'll Be Sweeter. It's by Angela Bofill. She spells her last name Bofill. It is an old song, 70s, 80s. It's one of my absolute favorite songs. I used to cry listening to that song as a child, and now I just love listening to it. So maybe this time it'll be sweeter. Maybe this time you'll be sweeter in the next chapter of your life. Or maybe the next time the two of you connect, whether it's in this lifetime or the next, you both will be sweeter to each other. So we have things are going to mature between the two of you, and that is confirmed by angel number 777, because this number is in relation to rapid soul development that comes from challenging times. So the two of you are learning how to turn the heart chakra into the pink rose, to be open to love, to be open to caring, to be open to compassion. So perhaps one day you two can bridge the gap to reconciliation, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. Remember, this new moon is going to help you transition and get into the door, your next chapter, but you have to start writing your next chapter. So allow what's hidden behind the veil to come to you. Acknowledge the hardships you've been through and thank them. Don't cling to the past. Don't cling to something that's not working. know that whatever is happening with you and your counterpart, it is an indestructible bond that is going to continue to stand against time, because this is a spiritual bond. So perhaps the two of you will gather and sit down and speak. But angel number 222 is telling you, with partnerships and balance, pay attention to the new people entering your life and take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. Meaning, simply stay present. And break bread with those who want to break bread with you. Sever the ties to the past by understanding that Cupid, love, is on your side and you can have what you desire. But you have to be open to how these things are going to come to you. So I have one more deck that I'm going to pull guidance cards for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine before I go into the next two parts of this energy reading. So guidance, final guidance please, for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. What does the collective, the viewer, need to know, please? Okay, for Divine Masculine, you have the Panda. Peaceful problem solver, sees both sides, craves balance, creates personal sanctuary. So the Panda is telling you that when it comes to your Divine Feminine, not everything is black and white. There is a gray area, and that gray area is basically telling you you need to see it from the Divine Feminine side. You're going to gain clarity and understanding, because the Divine Feminine to you is the Archer, which is represented by the energy of Sagittarius. So either you or Divine Feminine are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Doesn't have to be. Sagittarius is a fire sign. She had her arrow pointed directly at you. She had freedom, she was loving, she was spontaneous. Maybe she did something that was very spontaneous to try to get your attention. And I feel she wanted to be outspoken and brutally honest with you, but that never came about. And now her arrow has changed, and it is no longer pointed in your direction. And life has happened, things have moved on, and Divine Masculine, you feel like you're in the black hole, you feel like you're getting sucked in, there's no way out. The end of the line, complete void. There is a way out. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe a long, dragged out tunnel, but you can get out of it. The key to it is to face your dark night of the soul and heal yourself. So what does the Divine Feminine need to know? Divine Feminine, we have the Rat. So the Rat is telling you to be inventive and creative, to be uninhibited and free, to be elegant and good looking, and to avoid people who are greedy and gossiping. Remember, if it smells like a rat and it walks like a rat, it is. That will keep you in the meerkat energy, to be well prepared. You won't miss a thing. You will have a lightning speed response, a very watchful eye, because you will be coming from your third eye. And you will connect with the horse, where you will be active, energetic. You will be able to be free, and you will be able to walk your path the way you want to. Because you see the masculine now as the water bearer. So either you are masculine, could be Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, doesn't have to. Just means the communication wasn't good between the two of you. He was open-minded and progressive. He was a good listener and a conversationalist, except when it came to you. He was very aloof, he was very temperamental, and it made it very confusing, and it made you want to shut down. And it just made you feel that it's easier to communicate with him in the 5D because he was very chatty there. So now you realize that maybe you should have stayed present in the 3D, but remember, everything happens for a reason to get you to the next chapter. So one of the things that people do on the new moon is to set intentions. I actually have a new moon intention oracle deck that is created by the Sage Goddess. So I'm going to pull an intention card, one for masculine, one for feminine, before we get into the last part of this reading. So we'll start with masculine, since I feel throat chakra is strong. So for you, Divine Masculine, your intention message is kindred love, number 4. The intention message is I seek the embrace of friends who come to me as sister and brother, opening to a new level of companionship and union of minds. My intention is to welcome friendship into my life and find kindred spirits who can support me and also receive my support in return. So Divine Masculine, open your heart to your soul tribe. That is what this card is telling you. Divine Feminine, your intention card is the Wealth of Kindred. Number 19, which equals a 10, and 10 equals a 1. The intention message is I am surrounded by the beings of light and love who wish to be in clean and clear relationship with me, honoring my sovereignty and my soul gifts. I am blessed by dear friendships that offer me support, encouragement, and comfort. So you no longer have time for people who don't make time for you. You only make time for people who make time for you. So you are calling in your kindred spirits. So see how Divine Feminine and Masculine are calling in their soul tribe? See how they're just wanting people around them who get them? That's mirroring. What will happen? Will they call each other back in? For some, yes. For some, no. And for some, the jury's still out. So, to close out this reading, I'm going to tune into the possible future energy for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. I have 2 decks. So we're going to start with the Masculine. So what is the possible future energy, please? For the Divine Masculine collective, what does the viewer, the collective, need to know about possible future energy for the Masculine? So he has the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is saying that there is a cycle that is being closed out for him in the 3D physical world. And what this means for him is that the 7 of Swords, he's going to go within and he is going to commit to his healing. And he's going to do it without anyone knowing, because he wants to face the devil, he wants to face his demons, and he wants to go through a full transformation. He wants to have this death, this ending, to have this new beginning in his life. So let's see what the possible future energy is for the Divine Feminine. So what is the possible future energy, please, for the Divine Feminine collective? For the viewer, for the collective, what is her possible future energy? Okay, we have the Magician. So she is going to manifest a brand new life, because she will be holding the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is showing her you can have your 3 of Cups. You can have it all. You just have to believe. You just have to choose. And you just have to be present. I do hope that this energy reading for the new moon in Capricorn has helped you, brought you clarity, and brought you some kind of peace. If it did, drop a comment below to let me know. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Please make sure the bell notification is set so you are notified when new content is posted on my channel. If you are interested in booking with me, go to butterflyintuition.com. I am running a new moon sale on my website. It is until January 14th, 2024. I have select services that are already marked down where you can save up to 15% off. It's the Butterfly Intuition reading, the Inner Child healing session, and the Enchanted Butterfly Reiki healing sessions. They're all pre-recorded. Go to my website, check it out, or you can go to the community tab. I have it posted there where you can click on the link and go directly to it. Or you can go to my description box to just check out all my services, all the ways you can connect with me outside of YouTube. Have a magical new moon. Love and light to you always.